Yo, what up? This is DJ Clips. Right now, you checking out Hip Hop Marvels podcast.
Yo, this your boy Frank Nitt. And there's rules if you want to get in this Marvel Studios. Don't nobody get in this motherfucker. So rule number 1, don't pop your ass up. Don't bring no extra niggas. And you better be ready to write, direct, produce some hot shit, or you will not get in. Marvel Studios, nigga, you know what it is. Frank Nitt, let's go.
We got it live from your block to the comic shop.
Drop a 10 more, son. You know I got tools, infinite.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
You now on that wavelength, time to sign in. As Dub Floyd and Claudius chime in on topics of comics, brought to expand the hip-hop connect with a gauntlet in hand. They got it locked in, they floss in the brand. The block to the comic shop, they cross and examine. Representation's famine and moved on the shelf, and the system is happy with the movement it's dealt. We don't wait for the sick to improve on the health, so we pull a Thanos, fine, I'll do it myself. And it'll come out extra clean, fresh for the fans like an extended scene. With the hip-hop and comic dimension, they activate you with gems they presentin'. Hand in the gauntlet, yes, we gon' flaunt it. Hip-hop marvels will bring you the rawness.
It's your boy DJ Dub Floyd, in the place to be, and in the place to be is DJ Dub Floyd. This is the Hip Hop Marvels podcast. Rockin' with me is my co-host
Rick0378. Welcome.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're on multiple podcast streaming apps and platforms.
iHeart, Spotify.
That's right.
Google Play.
That's right. So just give us a follow, give us a like us, and follow us on Facebook. That's Hip Hop Marvels. Instagram at Hip Hop Marvels. Twitter at Hip Hop Marvels. Man, we got 2 dope ass guests here today. You know what I mean?
Yes, we do.
One's a DC head, one's a Marvel light.
Now, one of our guests, we don't usually allow DC heads in the in the beginning of the show, you hear Frank Nitt put it down.
Right.
What the rules are.
Yeah, Frank Nitt, Shout out to Frank Nitt. You know what I'm saying?
So he's our first official DC head in the building.
Yes. And we're talking about, Cyce Boogie, Precyce Politix in the building. Cyce Boogie.
What's good?
We got Eternal the MC.
Yo, what's good?
What's good, the building.
We got it live from your block to the comic shop.
Okay out there in Marvel Land, face front, this is Stan Lee speaking. You've probably never heard this before, so anything is liable to happen.
Man, so what we like to do is first I'm gonna get into the Hip Hop Marvels origin story. It's just pretty much what inspired you or got you into hip hop. And Marvel, or for you it could be DC.
Yeah.
Same for you. We're gonna get into that.
Okay.
But before that, one of y'all, I guess you can go ahead, Cyce. Just tell, let everybody know where you from, how'd you end up here. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Precyce Politix. Representing Brooklyn, New York.
Hey.
Born and raised in Brooklyn.
That's right. As a matter of fact, you're from Brooklyn too, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm from Jersey, but you know what I'm saying? I spent time in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I lived there, you know what I'm saying? Sheepshead Bay, Coney Island, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, when you from up there, you from all parts.
All parts, there we go.
You know
East New York, all the way to East New York.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Tab train.
Tab train.
What is it about the connection from BK to NC? Most people I meet in North Carolina that are from New York originally, everybody's from Brooklyn.
The thing about Brooklyn is, man, Brooklyn is a planet, like Mo said. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's so many people from Brooklyn everywhere, honestly, but definitely in NC. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's just, when you get old enough, you're trying to get out.
Right.
And when you too young to understand, you're trying to get in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people, the young heads here in NC, they trying to get to New York where all the lights is at. And the heads like, me and Eternal, we like, yo, we done had enough of that. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it all, been through it all. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, now we try to get up out of that. We got up out of that because I didn't want to raise my son in New York. I didn't want my son to come up how I came up. I could not foresee the change that New York has been through. I didn't see that when I was coming up. When I was coming up, I was like, yo, I gotta get out of here. And I had great times up there. I had bad times up there. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, I was like, all right, you know, it's time to make a move. Went to college down here. My mom's side of the family's from here. That's what got me down here. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. How about you, E?
Same with me. When I came down here, I was like, all right, I'm going to school out here. About kind of like, you know, I've been in New York a minute. I want to get out of my immediate circle, see if I can make it on my own. You know, sort of like a rites of passage. So I was like, NC, you know, my ball coaches in high school told me about NC before I went to school back home. And then I was like, all right, let me come out here. And then when you think about it, like, we got so many roots, like generational roots in the South. You know what I mean? So it's like you kind of feel like you coming home anyway. You know what I mean? If you think about it. And then I even did, my family did Ancestry.com and even through Facebook. So shout out to Facebook. I found out so much of my family that lived out in North Carolina, South Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia. So now I'm like, oh man, now it's a whole new world. So like, I thank NC and I always big it up as much as I big up Brooklyn as home. You know what I mean? Because it's dope out here.
Word. Same here. You know, I had the similar story. You know what I'm saying? How I ended up here. My dad, he lives here, but he's originally from Fayetteville. And it's crazy because my dad's, him and his family is from North Carolina. My mom's South Carolina.
No, for me it's flip flop. My father's from South and my mom's from here.
North. Yeah. So, but like you said, it's like Kweli said on Country Cousins. You know what I'm saying? The joint Country Cousins. He put it out. He's from Brooklyn. He put it out there. He was like, look, you know, we used to call them Bamas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody down south, you know what I'm saying? We used to call them Bamas. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy how our lineage and whatnot goes. You know, I mean, we're from the South.
We're from
pretty much from the South. We just known that
South,
portion of the map for, you know, most of our lives. You know what I mean? So like you said, it does feel like when I got down here, it was like, okay, I'm home, you know, home. The hospitality is here anyway, you know what I mean? So it's just like, so along with repping, you know, Jersey, Brooklyn, you know what I mean? I rep NC too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For real.
I would consider myself from the South, even though my father was in the military.
Okay.
So we've lived like all over, including overseas. But I used to like trip out sometimes when we be up north and we say, yes, ma'am, and no, sir. Yeah. Some of them even thought we was like trying to play them or something like we were being funny.
Yeah, like I was raised Southern too, so I was like the only kid really saying grace at the table.
Yeah,
it worked. While I was in school.
Taking my hat off when I come in the house.
Right, word.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. They look at me like, oh, you trying to be uppity
yeah, that's facts though. That's facts.
They tell you to be yourself when that's all you being.
Right. That's facts though. You know what I'm saying? So I will get into the hip hop Marvel's origin story. So Cyce, with you, you know, we'll start off with hip hop. Okay. You know what inspired you to get into hip hop? What was your first the first hip hop song, album?
Oh man, you know? The first song that I actually started writing to, Showbiz and AG. Next Level.
Ooh.
When they had that instrumental on the back from Premiere, excuse me. Pardon self. From Premiere, that Next Level. Cause I liked the beat originally, but then I got the B side. And I heard that, and I was like, whoa, like Primo murdered this, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that was really before I really even knew who Primo was and how important he is. I didn't know. I was just like, I heard it from my brother because my brothers used to have mad tapes. And then my mother would be like, I don't want them listening to that because they got a lot of cursing and stuff. So, of course, I wanted to listen to it because moms didn't want me to listen to it. Right. And then my big brothers was listening to it. I was like, I want to be just like y'all. So they let me hear it. You know what I'm saying? Go play ball in New York. You're going to hear some rap somewhere. Right. So I'm all about, you know, I didn't really, I didn't really appreciate it because I was young. But when I heard that sample, when I heard Next Level, the original beat, I was like, I want to get that. And so I got
90. What is that? 90.
That was a long time ago. Bro. So I got that joint. Then I heard the remix on the back. I was like, whoa, the beat spoke to me. Right. So like I wrote 12 bars to it, like my first bars ever. Like I wrote to that. It's mad trash. it's like mad trash, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, I did that, and that's what really got me into hip hop, man. Like that right there. I used to write poetry, and it just kind of transitioned because when I started seeing stuff I saw on the street, you grew up in the hood, you don't ask, don't tell. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was like, you know, a lot of the, you know, drug dealers send me to the store, send me and my little man to the store and shit. We go to the store, get the whatever, come back, and let us keep the change and shit like that. Right. But then along with that, I saw some things that I really shouldn't have saw. And so I was able to write it down in the poetry. And then I saw that rap was talking about the same shit. So then I just kind of put two and two together. That's what got me into it, you know?
Okay. What about you, E? What got you into hip hop? What was that first, you know, that first song or the first album you purchased, or just, you know?
Man, purchasing albums. Going to the record store, waiting on a Tuesday to cop that album, man. Right. I miss that.
Yeah, I miss that.
That's some nostalgia right there, for real. I would give it up to my big brother, Debonair. He's still back home in Brooklyn doing big things in the music scene. Okay. But yeah, he was 11, I was 8 years old. We was playing with our action figures, emulating what we saw in the hood back in Brooklyn. And, you know, we would always have a segment where they would meet together because this is what we see back home. Like, you in NY, you in the Mecca of hip hop, so you going to see it. Everybody got to have a 16. You know how that goes. Just have one ready to go. So we would emulate what we saw in the hood. We always have a segment where we would have a Cypher with our action figures. So we rob it with the action figures. Yeah, with the G.I. Joes and the Ninja Turtles and whatnot. And we would even break them up into different like gangs and neighborhoods and whatnot like that. So we
G.I. Joe versus the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, so I even know back then, you know, I'm honing my skills, freestyle and everything like that.
Right.
To make me the MC I am today. But the first album I heard was Ready to Die. When I heard Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die,
that's what's up.
The stories he's putting together, I was like, yo, the way I could picture it in my mind so vividly, I was like, yo, I want to do what he did. You know what I'm saying? I want to do that in my own way. But the album that I heard that helped me maturate into the MC I am today was Yasin Bey, aka Mos Def, Black on Both Sides. I was like, oh man, I ain't got to be a gangster. You know what I'm saying? I could be myself, speak to my people, stuff like that. I was like, yeah, I definitely want to do this.
That's interesting from like both sides from Brooklyn, basically.
Yeah, you got two different perspectives,
and one that's conscious, but being both being from the same borough.
Word up.
Yeah, that's dope as hell. So I mean, we can go with your Marvel origin story. Okay. I mean, for you, you could put it out there.
I mean, comic books. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Because I mean, there was a time when, you know, it was Marvel or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then it's like if people do a lot of things the same, it makes me want to look at different things.
Right.
That's what made me get into DC. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, everybody's all about Marvel. I was like, yo, where does Batman fit? Where does Superman fit? I'm a big Superman fan, huge. I was like, where does Superman fit? And I discovered DC. So then I started reading DC. I was like, yo, this writing is really good. Like, why doesn't people really like, you know what I'm saying? But the art wasn't as popping as it is now. So Marvel had better art. You know, what got me into comic books was just, you know, I just loved Superman. I was just like, yo, you know, Christopher Reeves, you know what I'm saying? I was watching those old school movies. Richard Pryor was in one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was Superman 3.
I believe. Yeah.
So what made me made me get into comics and stuff. And my mother was big on, you know, reading. She was like, I want you to, you know, really take advantage of your reading skills and everything. So I would go to school. I'd come home. There'd be new comics. There'd be a new Superman comic.
That's actually ill.
You know what I'm saying?
I instilled that in my daughters. That's actually ill. Some of our early vocabulary came from, you know.
Yeah.
That's where you got you stepped your vocabulary
exactly
up, and you grab that dictionary. What's this cryo minerals or whatever?
Because if you know what I mean? If you read Marvel and you read Professor X and Magneto conversations, you had to step your vocabulary up to even understand.
Fantastic Four?
Right. To even understand Dr. Doom.
What is the Phantom Zone? Let me look up Phantom
Zone.
Exactly.
So I would, you know, I'd come home. There'd be a new comic every day, faithfully. You know what I'm saying? We had a comic book shop called Bulletproof on the Junction in Flatbush. And Bulletproof was like one of the best comic book stores ever, man, because they also saw video games and they let you play the video games there too. So Bulletproof Comics, my mother introduced me to them because she used to get the comics from there.
Okay.
And that was like a magical world to me. And I'm like, damn, look at all these books. Like, this is crazy. We spent 2 hours. The first time I went to Bulletproof, we spent 2 hours, and I was just looking through. I wasn't reading. I was just looking through the whole series. I was like, so they got series for different heroes, and I'm like, this Superman doing this, but this is the same Superman, but now he going through this. I'm like, oh, they going through different. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yo, if I had to go back and get all the money that I spent on comics, I'd be like a millionaire right now. Like, no lie, because the rare ones, the duplicates, all of that, man. And I still got them in like mint condition. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm gonna give those to my son and hopefully use that to inspire him to read. He's 2 now. Inspire him to read, you know what I'm saying, like how my mom's did me. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's how I got into it.
Okay. You know, I know you said you Marvel doing through.
Word up, yeah.
So how'd
Marvel
you
had start with Spider-Man. You know, I remember watching that show religiously, and X-Men. But Spider-Man, I was like, man, I can relate to Peter Parker. You know what I mean? Smart kid. You know, he came up with the powers. You know what I mean? But it's like he didn't look like he was supposed to be holding it down like he did for the whole city. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To me, and I'm like, yo, it's so dope that he's going up against Venom. And I got a funny story about Venom. Venom, Kingpin, who else? Scorpion, like all these cats by himself for the most part until, you know, he link up with Brian, you know, Fury. And the rest of them and get his squad together and whatnot. But Spider-Man's holding a whole city down. Of course, it's in New York too. So, you know what I mean? It's another thing I related to. And then the X-Men, just seeing that story and, you know, growing up with that story and watching it again and again and seeing how it correlates, seeing how, you know, you have two sides of the same coin with Professor X and Magneto, the different ideologies. It's real deep. Like, and we was watching it just for the surface level because we love Wolverine and whatnot.
Yeah, but it's deep.
As I got older, started to see how deep it really went.
It's like
with the
civil rights, man.
Yeah, exactly.
All over again.
Exactly.
You know
I was like, yo, Stan Lee is a genius, man.
That cartoon wasn't for kids at all.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
Yo, especially now.
Yo,
I've been binging some of that on Disney Plus, like going back.
They touched on a lot of
things. Yeah, a lot of things.
As a matter of fact, I just read this morning I guess the showrunner, and I don't know if they're married, but they share a Twitter together, so I'm assuming. But they announced, they said it's not another season of X-Men, but it's something to do with it. They can't let the cat out the bag just yet, but it's linked to the original animated series.
What?
So they about to announce something soon, and I'm just like, yo,
man,
I wonder
I'm here
what
for
this shit is.
1,000%.
Yeah, I read that just this morning.
When you grow up and you realize that Cyclops wasn't being a dick in the comics,
right?
He was just woke.
He was
yo, when he blasted Captain America, when he blasted him off the lawn, like, cat behind his shield, like, whoa, like, Captain America was like, hey, yo, man, you already know what it is, man. It's for America, boom, boom. And Cyclops was like, and just like blasted him off the lawn and had him in midair holding his shield for dear life.
We good.
Yo, 2 times Captain America got sunned like that, man, for the revolution. Cyclops and Black
Panther. Talk about it.
They had him in that hole.
Yo, Black Panther was like, yo, what are you doing here?
Man? Like, yo, that's one thing about Marvel, man. Marvel really touched on, like, DC touched on things that they just made up, but Marvel touched on a lot of world issues.
Yeah, they did.
On the low.
On the low.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
on the low.
And then when you find out that Spider-Man was on every team in Marvel.
Yo,
Spider-Man was on Fantastic Four.
Yep.
He was on X-Men.
Yep.
He was an Avenger.
Yep.
Like, he was everywhere, yo. Like, people just love Spidey. You know what I'm saying?
People love Spider-Man.
Now, see, like my preference is really a bit more from the bronze and the copper era of comics.
Okay.
And, like, I'm binging on a whole lot of stuff now. I kind of, like, I got more into hip-hop than comics, honestly, at the time.
Right.
You know, I was in college and I was kind of like, you know, I can go get that new Captain Marvel or I can eat.
Yeah. Hey, I remember that. I know.
I went to St. Aug in Raleigh, so I'm working in the radio department, so I'm getting the hip hop for free, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
that's beautiful.
I gotta eat.
Super dope. I gotta eat that.
I was going to Wesleyan College in Rocky Mount, and I was dating fat chicks to eat. People was laughing at me like, you messing with her? She got like 3 chins. I'm like, what you having for dinner? Noodles? Not me, bro. Shorty snuck the whole Foreman grill in the joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you had to do what you had to do to eat. Yo,
you gotta eat.
Yo,
where'd you go to school at? E? You said you went to school there.
I went to Shaw. You know what I mean?
Okay,
that's
Shaw,
why I felt a little tension over there. You know?
I know, right?
No, you ain't got, because I have family. You know what I'm saying? I went to college in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah.
But I got family that went to Shaw. You know what I'm saying?
But he's our rival. That's kind of like, this is our Duke Carolina type.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
I felt the vibes. Say no, I'm like, you shot me.
So you said Spider-Man. Pretty much.
That's my guy,
got you
Peter Parker.
Peter Parker.
Yeah, man. Then I got in the comic book because I was just basically watching the TV shows and playing the video games, but my cousins was big on the comic books, so I got into reading them and seeing that, before the Phoenix Saga came, I was like, oh man, it's here, the comic book. I didn't know it got this deep, and then, going out of space in different universes and stuff like that. But that story I wanted to tell you about, Venom, Spider-Man's arch nemesis, they started to get together when Carnage came into town and whatnot, but Venom used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid. I mean, really, I couldn't sleep at night. Venom, that whole Venom series on Spider-Man, it was tough to watch. But I watched it. But yeah, every time, because I was a baby in my family, I am the baby in my family. When I used to get on their nerves, they would grab the Venom first comic book with just his face on there, the red cover.
And just chase you around the house with it.
Around the damn house with this shit.
Like, take your ass, man.
Yeah, right? Like, all right, you want to play? I'm going.
That's crazy.
I'm like, all right, chill.
That's crazy, man. Mm-hmm. That's wild. But, so we got a couple subjects. See, now that y'all here, we don't want to just like interview y'all, and we want y'all to be a part of y'all, like our guest hosts. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Appreciate that.
It's gonna be, we might touch on some topics. Y'all can feel free to chime in or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So what you got?
Well, first I'm gonna start with, Jay-Z turned 50.
Word.
Yeah.
Jay-Z turned 50, who is basically considered the greatest MC.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just be honest, he's gonna out-rap half everybody out here right now to this day and probably make a hit tomorrow.
About 95%.
I was just thinking 95%. That's crazy too.
How do y'all feel about ageism right now creeping up in hip hop?
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot of illusions.
Yeah, he can put it more PC and more elegant.
But we don't have to be
what
PC.
You got?
You know what I mean?
Because I get mad as hell about it.
There is no ageism, man.
Yo, that's that.
There is no ageism in hip hop, if you ask me. Like,
shouldn't be.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to the days where we used to sit and listen to our grandfather speak? You know what I'm saying? And get the gems.
That's where you got your, got your gems from.
I remember listening to Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt when I was like 14. I ain't understand the joint. Listened to it again when I was 21. I was like, okay, I'm starting to get more stuff. Listen to it again when I'm 28. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
The jewels.
I see why this is a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
Yep.
Y'all haven't lived enough. You know what I'm saying? To really put out what needs to be said, to really actualize what you talking about in your raps. You know what I mean? Because you only on one layer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, there's no ageism. But if there was ageism, then we need ageism. We need the 40-year-old MCs. We need the 30-year-old MCs. We need all these different levels of understanding in life to give us a full spectrum of the world. A world view, you know what I'm saying? Right. That's how I see it. So definitely no ageism. Jay-Z drop an album tomorrow, I'm copping it. You know what I'm saying? I'm copping it. You know, I'm not streaming it. I'm copping it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we need that. You know what I'm saying? We need different perspectives of hip hop. Period. So no ageism.
I mean, you got different jewels, different carats. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how it is with hip hop too. But it's like, I get mad because we're the only genre that does that to ourselves. You know, rock stars, only reason why they don't tour is because they either broke up or they dead. You know what I'm saying? You still got like old rock groups still out here touring, still out here doing their thing. You know what I'm saying?
And plus the young rock groups can tell you about Led Zeppelin and other groups like that.
Yeah.
Most young hip hop heads right now,
who is that?
That's because they don't respect it like they should. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a guitarist that'll tell you his top 5 guitar people right now and why they inspire him to play the way he plays.
Word.
And then if they all of a sudden have a show, it's sold out, no matter how old they are. Right. It's sold out. You got young heads and old heads coming together to listen to that. You know what I'm saying? With hip hop, for some reason, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? We got that we're called dictionary rappers, or we're called the boom bap heads or the old heads. It's like, yo, you know, I'll be that. That's fine. You say whatever you want to say about me, but you know I get busy. You know what I'm saying? Right. At least respect the fact that I get busy. I can respect the fact that you get busy on your lane, know that I get busy on my lane, and I hold mine down. Mm-hmm. If we would have come together, we could make a beautiful sound. But it's like, because of the ageism, people are like, oh, old heads and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? It really separates us even more as a people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And hip hop is supposed to be for our people. So for us to do dumb shit like, oh, that he old, that's old, whatever. You know, if you never heard of it, do some research. Still respect that man craft. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had a conversation the other day, and young head was like, yo, who's Raekwon? And I almost snuffed him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
I'm like, yo, Raekwon is my idol, dog. Like, that's the reason why I rap. Like, you can't...
You don't know who Raekwon is?
You can't say that you rock with Precyce Politix and then you don't know who Raekwon is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand
Is somebody
that.
you worked with?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, come on,
Teachable moments, bro.
Yo, it is a teachable moment, man. But we the only genre that do that, man. And I don't understand why we do that.
It's crazy, man.
You know? So...
Word.
That just pisses me off every time I hear that, man. Because I'm like, come on, son. Like, yo, crazy. Some of the older heads can really still out-rap a lot of you dudes out there. Yeah.
Facts.
You know it's a scapegoat for a lot of rappers as well to say that. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
the
move
issue.
out the way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean move out the way? I mean, there's enough space for all of us. You know what I'm saying? What is your motive?
Well, that was part back then that there was balance.
Yeah.
More so in hip hop. You can catch a Salt and Pepper with the Public Enemy, with the Heavy D and the Boys, with the BDP, so on and so forth. And I think radio played a major part of it when they started playing like music that was like really in the clubs.
Radio,
it was certain songs that you didn't hear on the radio. You heard in the club, or you go to the strip club, but it's like the regular club. You hear them certain songs, but when those songs started being played on the radio, that was it right there.
That's what's seriously lacking nowadays, man. Like that balance.
It's all about the wave, man. Everybody's so worried about the wave that we drown in our essence. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody's so worried about the waves, trying to be with everybody else and trying to be what everybody else is trying to be, that they're not being themselves. That's why. That's why when you get MCs like Eternal, it's like it's a breath of fresh air, because he doesn't care about what the hell is really going on if it's not about his people.
And that's hip hop in a nutshell.
Right.
It's that rebellion.
Right. And so, like I said,
rebel attitude.
Yeah, you get an artist like Eternal, and he is doing his thing the way he does it, and it's like, okay, y'all bouncing. That's cool. Y'all can bounce if you want to. Word. I'm over here talking about this real shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I'm trying to teach you at the same time. If you catch the Jews, you catch them. If you don't, you don't. That's the kind of hip hop I respect. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody trying to do... I mean, I can get on trap beats and kill it, but it's like, I'll do it when I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Not because it's a political statement like, yo, you need to do that because such and such is doing it and it's hot right now. I don't care what's hot right now. Right. What's hot right now wasn't hot back then. Right. And it was hot, and it only got hot right now because people were still pursuing what they wanted to do.
Exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you touched, I mean, you hit the nail on the head with that one, man. Like, the lack of balance is what's killing. Like you said, it's too many clones. Everybody's trying to sound the same. And I just wanted to get back to that original, what hip-hop was born from. It was born from, storytelling, rebellion, being unapologetic.
Speaking to
rebel
people.
Culture.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just broadcasting the streets. Like, I wanted to get back to that. And that's, I mean, we just lacking that. It's just so, it's to the point to where, like, the scale is, you know what I mean? So, yeah, like Cyce said, man, like, for a cat like E, you're a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're gonna get into the music here between y'all both. So I saw the Existential Levels video, man. So Number one, the track is fire.
Oh, good looking.
Yeah, the track is fire. And I wanna ask you like about the process behind the video, because the video is dope too. It went right with with the track. So like who shot it, directed it, whatever, how it came about. Was the concept yours?
Yeah, concept was mine. Shout out to Dan Lewin. Yeah, man, he just came through. He actually lives in Roanoke, Virginia, and he travels down for artists that he respect. Cyce put me on to him. Cyce had about 4 or 5 videos with him. Okay. And I was in a couple of them, so he gave me some co-star roles, so thank you for that. Yeah, Cyce is my brother, a lot of people will learn that soon enough, what I mean? But Cyce is my brother, is bigger than hip-hop with us.
Absolutely.
But, so I met Dan through Cyce, and Dan was like, man, I really want to work with you sometime, I'm a fan of the music. I was like, yo, I'm a fan of your videography. I've seen it firsthand. I see how you get down. I see how professional you are. So I was like, yeah, we gonna work. And then, when I had the bread right, I was like, yo, I got this idea, here's the track, you down? He's like, yeah. He's like, let me know when. I was like, all right, cool. We got together, we did it. The concept, as far as Existential Levels, I just wanted it to depict what I was talking about on the song. And, if you watch the video and you see that I'm laying down around guns and books, you know what I mean?
Right.
Even when we're talking about the NRA and gun laws and, people having guns and shooting people, killing our people in the street. You got a black man with a black survival hoodie on.
Right.
With guns around him because we're a target every day. But at the same time, we got the jewels that we need to succeed. And that's the books.
Right.
So that's why I was trying to pinpoint there. As far as the second verse, when I'm taking off the suit and the tie, it's kind of like some people could put a hip hop Marvel spin on it, right?
Right.
And go from Clark Kent to Superman.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I mean, it's layers to that. I wasn't thinking that at the moment. I was thinking, taking off the shell of being in corporate America, because I've done that before.
And that's what
being my true authentic self. You know what I mean? That's what I was going for. So the Cypher is where I feel like I'm my true authentic self. Whenever I'm in a Cypher, whenever I'm around hip hop, whenever I'm speaking to my people, whenever I'm with my people, you know what I mean? I'm like, I feel at home. You know what I mean?
Because that's a shell as black men. We gotta. That's a shell we put on every damn day, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Going out in America, that's just a shell that once we get home, it's like it's like weight off your shoulders. You know what I'm saying?
It's like Bruce Wayne doesn't dress up as Batman. Batman dresses up as Bruce Wayne.
There it is. You know what I'm saying? Word up. That's ill right there. But yeah, that so I definitely peeped that in the video. Video was crazy, man. And what you had the Age of Eternal joint.
Yeah.
That dropped. Was it earlier this year?
You know what? Yeah. I really, truly appreciate that, man, because y'all are the second broadcast that said that. So if you heard the music and you think it dropped this year, when it actually dropped in 2015, that's so dope to me.
Word.
Like, that's so dope to me because it doesn't have a timestamp.
Exactly, and that's like, that stands true with all artists. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't matter. That's why I said when we were up in here, when Cyce first got here and we just had the joint rolling, mm-hmm. and we were just, conversation filled, like, we was just, I let it roll. Because guess what? Whatever we don't use in the, the live, podcast or whatever, that's jewels for.
They gonna bootleg that.
But guess what? It's old to us, but it's new to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the joy of art, though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Art should only increase in value. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm sure when Picasso painted his painting, he wasn't like, this is old. They ain't gonna want this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I definitely get that. But yeah, that joint is crazy. So you said that dropped in 2015?
Yeah, 2015.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What are you working on next? Because I know, is this Existential Levels, is that going to be on another project? Or
yeah, that's the first single of my next project that's coming out in 2020.
Okay.
I'm pushing for second quarter.
Okay.
But I got a documentary that's aligning with it. So, I don't want to rush it.
Right.
But that's going to be the first single. And the album title is going to be Boundless Wavelengths.
Okay.
Yeah. So this will be my most personal album to date. I'm gonna talk more about my upbringing in it. You know, my first 2 albums, I speak more about, you know, what's going on in our area, in the world, in terms of our people. Try to give a manual or a guide, so to speak, that helped me, you know, navigate through these atrocities. You know what I'm saying? Navigate through these oppressions. You know what I mean? But this album, I'm gonna be like talking about, you know, Ishad the man growing up, becoming Eternity MC, and everything that aligns with that.
Oh, okay. Because I was well, I mean, you pretty much broke it down. Because I was going to ask, you know, the meaning or like the whole idea behind the title, Boundless Wavelengths, whatever. But that you pretty much just put it in perspective. You know, you're going to be mostly focused on you as the man.
Right.
Right. So, Cyce, man, let's get to you, man.
Man.
Leave you where I find you. You know what I'm saying? Sharp cuts on the beats.
Yeah, man.
So crazy.
Thank you.
You know, I've been running that back. At first, I see. I'm a streaming guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll throw down my $9.99 or whatever. You know.
I feel you.
And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll throw down my $9.99.
I appreciate you.
And get the stream. So at first I couldn't find it. So then I was like, you know, I'm gonna look further. It's like, okay, it's on here. And I've been bumping that, man.
When it first came out, it was taking its time. Like I guess the distribution company was like putting it where it could, and then you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And then so that's why, because now you can find it everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
When it first dropped, people was like, "Yo, I'm having trouble."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So that's what that is, man. I mean, it's the album that I've always wanted to do.
Okay. You
know what I'm saying? You know, to me, I didn't really start rapping until I did Stallone and Weathers with K Hill. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to him.
Okay. Shout out K Hill.
Yeah, shout out K Hill.
You know what I'm saying? NC legend. And you know, he was my mentor as well. You know, after Stallone and Weathers, that's when I really started getting my delivery straight, because K Hill really taught me about my delivery. Like K Hill was like, "Yo, it's like you dope, but I need you to use your voice as an instrument instead of just, you know, you just rapping." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's like, "Do you want to be a rapper or do you want to be an artist?" So he taught me how to, you know, have the different inflections on my voice and everything. So that's why everything sounds so different now. You know what I'm saying? So Stallone and Weathers was when I really started rapping, which brought me to Drug Politix. You know, did the joint with Drugs Beats, Grammy nominated Drugs Beats.
Shout out, yeah, shout out Drugs. That's the homie right there. Shout out Drugs Beats.
Yeah, and then of course from Drugs Beats and from, you know, K Hill, mad producers started sending me work. They said, "Yo, I want to do a project with you. I need to do a project with you. What's good? Let's talk numbers. Boom, boom, boom." I don't work with just anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I could tell.
Like if I feel like, you can see I don't got a lot of features, or if I feel like, you know what I'm saying, and it's not even me trying to be like, I just want to let the world know, like, I can carry this weight, fam.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, one of the producers that really spoke to me was Sharp Cuts. Sharp was like, "Yo, Cyce, I think you are like incredible. We got to do a project together." I said, "All right, we'll see what shake." You know what I'm saying? We did a couple of joints together before this project, and I was like, "All right, you got a really dope sound. I think you got a dope sound." He also got a project with Ghost Dog, called Phantom Blade, and he also got something with my man Sinatra.
Yeah,
and it's a Steady Flow. Hearing them joints, I'm like, "All right, he nice. Let's do it." So we did it. I came to him with the script. I came to him with the idea. He was blown away. We put it together. Leave you where I find you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah.
This is
it's a movie.
Street Flava.
Street Flava Entertainment. I always tell people Street Flava Entertainment. That's my man DJ Samps.
Shout out Samps.
Shout out Samps.
So Street Flava is the team and Crossbones is the gang. Crossbones is my man Juice Lord. That's his crew. And they you know, they open the books and they
I wanted to get into that because y'all were just at A3C.
Yep.
Yeah. So and that's my old stomping ground. I moved here from Atlanta.
Yeah. So many people was wondering how Cyce was gonna fit with Crossbones, and then we did that show together, World War 3 or 4. Shout out to Shane for putting that
shout out
together.
to Shane for that one.
And we did World War whatever. It was 3 or 4, and we jumped on stage, and then they played my joint Calamari, and I started rapping. from out the back, and when I started doing that, the crowd literally jumped up in the air. So I was like, all right, I got people who rocking with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the many shows where people was actually rapping my lyrics with me. And I didn't know how to take that. Because to me, I'm forever on the come up. Like, people be like, yo, I know who you are. You Cyce. I'm like, word? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still on the come up.
Yourself,
I will forever. I always walk up to people and be like, yo, what's going on? How you doing? My name is Precyce Politix. They're like, I know who you are. And I'm like, really? And it's not even on the rude stuff. It's like, nah, I know who you are.
Nah,
fam.
you just like generally.
And then they show me that they got my albums and stuff. I'm like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's bugged out to me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, Street Flava Entertainment.
How did that come together? Like, because I remember Samps from back in the day when Street Flava Entertainment was himself, the Third Day, yeah, and he had a crew called the Crate Mechanics.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
It was like a little production crew. It was like himself, Ninth Wonder, Big Doe, and his homeboy, this cat named Fluid.
Okay, yeah, I know about Fluid.
Yeah.
Now, so the way it came together for Street Flava is I met Samps with K Hill, because K Hill was sending out my music to people when I had the album Last Son of Brooklyn. So Samps was like, who the hell is this Precyce dude? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I need to meet this dude. So then we did a radio interview with him, and he was telling me, yo, I got Kryptonian Thought Patterns, your first album right here. I'm playing these joints. I got Last Son of Brooklyn. I'm a huge fan, you know what I'm saying? So I always thought that was really cool.
Right.
So that Samps was well connected. I feel like that was a good connect to have. Then we, became friends and stuff like that. And then he was always telling me, he's like, man, one day, yo, I'm going to try to get this label, and I'm definitely going to sign you, man. I'm going to have you on this label. I'm going to at least try to manage you. I said, I bet, that's cool. I've been promised a lot of things before, so we'll see what's up. And it was after the whole kick a verse thing went down, so I wasn't really, into the label thing. But then when Samps hit me up and Samps said, look, man, I just want to manage you. I want to take you as far as I can. I want to manage you. I want to see what's what. I've always needed a manager. Even K Hill told me, like, yo, dog, you need a manager. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm like, all right, let's see where it goes. So we had a meeting with everybody else that's affiliated with Street Flava. Drugs Beats is actually affiliated with Street Flava.
Yeah.
And Sharp Cuts is affiliated. My man EA is affiliated.
So it's like y'all building a conglomerate of
my man,
MCs and
Malls.
producers.
The Malls is on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what we're doing is Steve Skyline. So what we're doing is like we're making this conglomerate, and we were in the meeting together, all of us. And he was talking about how he wanted to get things started and establish a sound. And I just happened to have Leave You Where I Find You in my pocket. And I was like, yo, me and Sharp just finished the album. Y'all can have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
damn.
let's use this. Let's use this, and let's, you know what I mean? Because I always got like mad albums that I'm doing. Like, yo, I'm like 2020. I'm gonna try to flood. I've come out with an album every year since 2015. I've never missed a year.
Wow.
So now I'm about to start doing 2 joints a year.
Double
you know
it
what
up.
I'm saying? Exactly. So, they were excited about it. Samps heard it. Samps went crazy. He said, yo, put it out on the Street Flava. So, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? That's how it came to be.
And I know we talked about this off air, but the fact that you mostly, you're working with one producer per album.
Right.
And their concept album.
Yeah, exactly.
Take me through the process of how it came to be, because you were saying something about you're forming your own universe.
Yeah, like okay, so with it goes back to Kryptonian Thought Patterns and Last Son of Brooklyn. On the back of Last Son of Brooklyn, because it's all concept albums. Kryptonian Thought Patterns is about a dude, myself, just realizing that he has these different personalities. The first personality he meets is Frankie Needles. That's his anger. So then Frankie Needles ends up being the reason why he murdered somebody. Last Son of Brooklyn, we have our hero. He's in a mental institution, or so it seems, because on the back of the physical cover, all the song titles, the first letter is in red. And when you look at it, it says it's all in his mind. So, that's where I'm starting to do the, other world stuff. You know what I'm saying? I have PTSD, and I suffer from severe depression as well. Now, all the flaws that lead up to that, all the flaws that, are within that realm of I don't want to call it a disability, but just for lack of a better term, and the disability, I kind of made into different personalities. You know what I'm saying? Precyce Politix is, you know, I have a tendency to just not care about anything except for the business. That's Precyce Politix. That's where drug politics comes in, because the story of drug politics is Precyce actually selling drugs and losing his family because of the drugs. It's an anti-drug album. I also have tendency to fly off the handle with my anger. Needed anger management before the therapy. Frankie Needles is the anger. Okay. Frankie Needles is the hitman, the killer, the anger. You know what I'm saying? I also have a tendency to be kind of narcissistic. That's where God Brand the Magnificent comes in. And you actually hear God Brand first, because on no spoilers, but on Leave You Where I Find You, there's Frankie, and then at the end you hear God Brand for the first time. So then that's gonna go into the Bash Brothers album that I have with Malls, and that's where God Brand the Barbarian is speaking, the narcissist. I also have a tendency to kind of manipulate people. Like, I kind of see the world as just my stage, and everybody in it is pretty much just actors and actresses. That's where P. Night Shyamalan comes in. That's another personality of mine, because I also direct and I also act and I also write scripts. And so with these 4 personalities, the last one is Michael, which is me. So Michael is the host, and that's how the universe is. Everything I do is trying to incorporate everything in my life, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I'm saying? The gunplay, the street stuff that I used to be involved in, the mental disability that I have, even to my son. You know what I'm saying? Everything is in my art. So it's authentic. You have no choice but to be authentic when you're being yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm trying to also show people, especially black men, that it's all right to have a mental disability and talk about it and go to therapy. Your therapy may not be sitting on the couch. It might be in a booth. It might be a pen in your hand drawing. It might be going to help others or speaking to others. It might be a podcast.
There you go.
It might be teaching, like E. You know what I'm saying? My man Eternal is a teacher as well. It might be a teaching thing. Whatever your therapy is, that's your therapy. But I'm trying to teach people to embrace it. Whole thing with Bash Brothers, we got championship belts. We wear that because we're all champions in our own right. If you survived cancer, you're a champion. If you survived some real shit and came out with your scruples still 80% intact, you are a champion. You didn't kill yourself today. You're a champion. You forgave yourself for some wrongs that you might have done in the past. You're a champion. We just use our belts to symbolize it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really all about wrestling with us. It's about being a champion. You know what I mean? Moms and pops had cancer. That's another reason why I'm down here. They both had cancer at the same time. They're champions because now they're still living. You know what I'm saying? They're cancer free, and they're playing with their new grandbaby. Champions. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, everything I do it sounds grimy and it's crazy, but like Prodigy said, you always got to mix the medicine with the food, because don't nobody want to just hear just preaching all the time. If they want to hear preaching, they ain't gonna put your record on. They go to church. I incorporate everything. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, what Lauren say? She said, even after all my logic and my theory,
I had a motherfucker so you ignorant niggas hear me. One of my favorite lines from her.
I mean,
you know
you gotta mix the you gotta mix the food with the
because
medicine.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays I'm an ignorant motherfucker.
Right.
But Tuesdays and Thursdays, I might be the intellectual type, and Sunday I take it off. You know what I mean? So I'm chilling. So
Yeah. Word.
This episode of Hip Hop Marvels Podcast is brought to you by the Battlegrounds Games and Comics, the Tri-State region's #1 source for video games, comic books, toys, and Magic the Gathering. Located at 2708 Airport Road, Dalton, Georgia, 30721. Drop in and tell them Hip Hop Marvels sent you and receive 10% off all comics.
What's up? This your boy Wyclef Jean, a.k.a. Spider-Man. Y'all already know I'm a superhero. What makes me a superhero? Come on. Hip Hop Marvels.
What's good, people? This is Eternal the MC, and you are listening to Hip Hop Marvels Podcast with DJ Dub Floyd, Rick Zero, and my brother Ken C. Y'all stay tuned in right here, because they couldn't have bridged together a better gap. One.
Yo, what's good? It's Precyce Politix from New York to NC, you heard? And now you rocking with Hip Hop Marvels. Don't touch that dial. Keep everything marvelous. Peace.
This your boy Frank Nitt, and I'm telling all y'all to subscribe to the Hip Hop Marvels podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Stitcher, and more. Go get that, y'all.
He wasn't here for this question earlier. I wanted to ask him with your upcoming album, you know, it's concept in a sense. You're saying that, you know, how you're coming up and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite, just overall concept album in hip hop? Precyce had one earlier I thought was very interesting as far as a concept album. I really want to know what yours would be.
Man, on the spot.
It's on the spot.
On the spot. Let me think about it. Man,
I mean,
got those Cyce in the ring, man. Cause I also love Kendrick's "Good Kid, Mad City," man. Just for current this generation.
Nah,
man, that joint, boy. I was in Cali with Kendrick when that all went down. That's how I felt.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the kind of album, you know. That's the kind of album that I would consider like Precyce was saying, only built for Cuban links.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really think about it.
I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, I didn't think. When he said that, he broke
too. Yeah,
the way he broke it down.
Yeah, only built for Cuban links, man. It's about him, you know, him and Ghost trying to give up this drug dealing thing. But as you listen to the album, they can't give it up.
Right.
The money's too good, and situations are too bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just see what they doing. Like Raekwon's he's really breaking it down. But the way he did it, he didn't hold your hand.
Right.
And I got a only built for Cuban link shrine in my crib. Like, I got the autographed vinyl. You know what I'm saying? I got the purple sneakers that I never wear. You know what I'm saying? I got the purple tape shirt that you saw on the Drug Politix cover. They have a whole booklet of the sessions they did in the studio. I got that. I got a whole shrine, and I also got my very first check that I made off of music. I got that in there too. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So, you know, Only Built for Cuban Links is my favorite concept album.
That's one of my favorite, like, albums, period.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what concept or not. You know what I'm saying? I like I told you before, I plan on getting me a shirt with the quote from Esoteric, from Czarface. He said, I was raised on a tape the same color as Galactus.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Come on,
that's hard, yo. That's hard.
I gotta get that on the T, like, word. You know what I'm saying?
I think your favorite concept album would be Reasonable Doubt, because Reasonable Doubt was a concept album too. If you think about it, that was Jay-Z talking about his life as far as drugs and stuff like that, and then you take it to Regrets. Regrets is what really tips it off as being a concept album. Feeling It, you know what I'm saying? The Evils. It's a concept album.
I'm thinking hard concepts. That's probably where I'm getting stuck at. You know,
you think about hard.
I'm thinking about like it's like character, and then
like you
what happens at the end.
out.
Yeah, so if we think of loose concepts, definitely Reasonable Doubt is up there for me.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That's what I feel like, man.
You know what I mean? I love how Pac came out of jail and put out All Eyes on Me.
Right.
Yeah, that joint took the world by storm, and he had music on top of music on top of music, ready to go. You know,
we was talking about that. Last episode? We were talking about the rating system, the mic rating system.
The Source had rated certain albums. You know, 5 out the gate. Some they had 4.5. Some they did 4. Then they come back.
We used
later
to love the Source so much,
and
man.
Then evaluate.
And then those evaluations just kept going down and going down and going down.
You know why I used to love the Source so much? Because they had my man Prodigy in there every month. Yo, for 6 months, Prodigy had the Source just in his hand. Prodigy had verse of the month every month for like 5-6 months.
You ain't lying, bro.
Yeah, because they were comparing him to Nas.
Word.
Yo, Prodigy is one of my inspirations, yo. Like, for real. Prodigy and Raekwon and Big L. Those are the reasons why I rap like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, those are the reasons why I rap like this. And it's like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, Prodigy. That's why I used to love the Source. I was like, they're giving Prodigy his props.
Yeah, Prodigy,
you know
definitely one of those that, you know.
Because Prodigy had those lines, man. Just those one-liners that was so real. Keep your rhymes to yourself. We make fools out of niggas. Come on, fam. Like, yo,
it's just so cut and dry. Like, it's so simple.
Picture getting ready to you turn your hat backwards and put your hoodie on and you about to rhyme and a nigga tell you that. You gonna go home and be like, where Mario Kart at, man? Like, this rap shit ain't for me, man. And then come on, son. The other shots blast to your left clavicle. melt sweatsuits and paint the avenues. Niggas ain't know what clavicles was until he came to the hood with that. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on, man. Prodigy just has some of the illest lines, man.
Stab your brain with your nose bone.
Son, I ain't even gonna front on y'all, man. Like, I really study that, man. And it's like, it's seeping into my rhymes, man. It's seeping into the way I rhyme. Cause it's like, it's cool with you with the hippity hoppity rappity shit. You know what I'm saying? You go back and forth with mad different flows, and you just cause you rhyme fast don't mean you killing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm tired of niggas coming to me like, hey, yo, I come through stunting and my flow's this and my flow's that. All right, cool, man. I need jewels. Right. You know what I'm saying? I need you to speak some real shit to me. Right. That's why it's like, I love people like Mayhem Loren.
Oh man,
you know, Prodigy, back to Prodigy, some of the illest one-liners ever. Come on, man. Yo, I still say this, the illest verse was Quiet Storm, the beginning of the second verse. Yo, the P-Rock 40-inch cables, drinking white label. My chain hang down to my dick, my piece bang glass tables. You can see that. It's like, yo, this nigga is so ill, and that was so basic.
Now you can picture him, it's vivid. Like,
come on,
you know
son. And then you got Mayhem Loren that spit how he spit no matter what, no matter who he with. He did a joint with Benny on Tana Talk 3. And Benny was spitting some real shit. Come on. And then he just came out of nowhere and was like, hennied out with the drunken face. 30,000 in the couch like the sunken place. I was like, come on, son. I was like, yo, that's so ill to me, but it's so basic. And he can say, what he say is like, son, I'm crispy as fuck, dog. I'm gorgeous and great. If the going price is 10, just know I got it for 8. I'm like, yo, come on, son. That's the kind of real shit I love. You know what
I was gonna ask you, what were you gonna say?
Probably like my favorite Prodigy verse probably would have been his verse for I Shot You.
Oh my God, I conversate with many men. Time to begin again. Oh my God, forgot what I already knew. You hit me, friend. Yo,
when I first heard the verse, I said he needs his solo album now.
Thank you. Yeah. From one of my on one of my sets, when I'm on stage, I do a I Shot Your freestyle, and in the middle of the freestyle, I say back to the real side of things to shout Prodigy out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he said on that beat. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, everybody know, if you know Cyce, you know I love Prodigy and Raekwon. Like, that's, yo, I argue with you all day and night about them.
So Ray's your favorite out the Woo?
Ray.
Ghost is mine.
Yeah.
I'm a Ghost, man. How about you, Ian?
Man, it's a tie between Jizza and Method.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, with me, it's kind of like Jizza and Inspector Deck. I always think Inspector Deck is slept on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Inspector Deck is criminally slept on. There's been times when he stole the show.
For real.
Notoriously slept on.
You know, he's one of the people, does he have 2 quotes of the month in the source?
He had 2. One of them was...
I know Triumph was one.
Triumph was one, yeah.
And then he had that joint, Assassination Day.
Yeah.
Assassination Day.
Yeah.
That Assassination Day verse was crazy.
With him, I remember almost all his verses from like whatever he's been on.
Oh, you know what his quote was? The Gangstar joint.
Oh,
Above the Clouds. That was the verse that got quoted in the source.
That's what's up. Yep.
Yeah, those 2, Triumph and his verse from Above the Clouds.
I leave scientists mentally scarred, triple extra large, wild like rock stars who smash guitars. Come on, Deck, man. Yo, Inspector Deck is, he was one of the members that, it's because his solo albums didn't pop.
Yeah.
But he'll kill you. He'll eat you on your verse.
And that's like see, some people might argue with me, but I feel the same way about Cap. You know what I'm saying?
Capadonna.
You know
Capadonna, his best work was on Iron Man.
Yeah.
That was his best work.
Yes. Yes.
That was his best work, yo.
For sure.
Because Winter Wars.
That's his song.
That's his song. That's his song. It's like, yo, sometimes when you get cooked, you alright with it. Because it's like, yo, the record is dope. I can't even get mad. Capadonna came through and splashed on all
them niggas.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he splashed on all them niggas. So
like, yo, this song is mine, niggas.
I mean, for real, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, hey. Wow, man.
Yeah. Eternal. We were talking earlier about crews. You know, somebody that you came up with, that you built with. You know, were you part of a crew or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm actually going to put that in my documentary. But my crew is more like my brothers, you know what I mean? So, I was part of a label back, let's see, like 2009, 2010.
Word.
It went south, but everybody except the CEO of the label, I'm cool with to this day. You know what I mean? Been cool, still is cool. You know what I'm saying?
That's normally how it go.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? But, you know, people research Eternal, go back the years, look up my name, Google it. not to sound, conceited or anything like that. They can find all that information out, but I go into it in detail in the documentary I'm coming out with. So I'll wait until the documentary come out to speak more about it. But yeah, I was a part of a crew before, back in my college days. Okay. Yeah, and we used to, man, we did a lot of music. We used to be everywhere, touring the Southeast, just holding it down all the way going back to New York and Philly. I was even do a little mini docs to document that journey. And I put out my first album under a different moniker back in 2011. A lot of people don't know that. When I rep NC like I rep NY, it's because I've been out here since 2006. A lot of people don't know that either.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, came out for school, loved it after it. I had my acclimation process, but I was like, oh man, liquor store closed at 9. Like, I can't do it, man. Club closed at 2. I can't do it, bro. I'm going back home.
Word, man.
And then I had to
get used to that.
Yeah, I had to get used to that. But once I got used to it, I was like, yeah, I love it out here. I don't think I'm moving back. Yeah. So, definitely been a part of a crew before. And now, my brothers, and Cypher U, that's my new crew.
That's where I was going next. That's exactly where I was going next.
Hey, co-host, you know what I mean? Family segues.
That's
boom. I'm learning.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going to go next, because we first met you at the Vinyls and Villains, what was it, Contest of Champions?
Yeah.
Contest of Champions battle at NC Comic Con.
Word up.
Downtown Durham and whatnot. So that's where we met you at or whatever. All the MCs in Cypher U, man, y'all killed it, man.
Yo, truth be told, don't nobody want to smoke with Cypher U bar for bar.
Hey,
they don't want to. We'll pull up to you. You know what I mean?
He said we'll pull up to you.
Yeah, we keep it humble in that regard, because that's not what our mission is about. You know what I mean? It's to bring people together. You know what I mean?
That's
just like we was talking about the gap between ageism and hip hop. Everybody's competing against each other when it's all our culture. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, like, I found my new family at the Cypher, and we built together. Now we doing events, and we're having documentaries all over the world. Cannes Film Festival, things of that nature. We out in Cali, we out in San Antonio. Our brothers and sisters that graduate school, they go on and they fulfill their destiny, whether it's videography or it's teaching or running advertising company.
Right.
But they're still Cypher U.
Right.
That's what's up, yeah.
Like, when you think of Cypher U, you could think of, coalitions like Wu-Tang, for example. You know what I'm saying? How it's like you rep the squad wherever you at. You know what I'm saying?
It's sort of like, me and, our audio engineer, Ken
Word.
We ex-military. So, once you get on the Army, wherever you go after you get out, that brotherhood is still there.
Yep, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand where you're coming from with that, man.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a blessing to meet the Hip Hop Marvels crew at NC Comic Con.
Yeah, word.
For the Contest of Champions. That was like, it was dope too, because if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Our brother Terrence, aka Johnny Storm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out Terrence and shout out Quinn Melvin. You know what I'm saying? Vinyls and Villains podcast.
Runs the Vinyls and Villains podcast. He put it together, the concept, and we got hit with the rules right there on the spot at the joint. So it's like,
yeah.
It's cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, by the way, you can't curse. I'm cursed. Keep it PG. I was like,
right.
All right, cool. Yeah, I know where we at. But, this is what we do every Monday at the Cypher, every Tuesday at the Cypher in Asheville, or Charlotte, every Wednesday at the Cypher in Chapel Hill. It's like, we hone our skills and we build our brotherhood within that. And then, as far as, future moves, we're building a curriculum that we can actually teach, the beauty of hip hop when it comes to all demographics and the culture behind it through the improvisational arts. So we're working on a curriculum. We're working on being in more schools in the North Carolina area and nationwide. So, we got some things on our plate besides just rapping,
Yeah.
Just like Cyce was talking about therapy, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people come out there, they have crazy situations at home. They come out there, that's their therapy, you know what I mean?
Word.
It's like we had our rebel culture back in the 70s where they wouldn't let us in the clubs and stuff like that. You know, we had to party in the street and party in the project buildings because you know they wouldn't let us out there, or the cops was harassing us everywhere we went. You know, the same thing. You know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you touched on that like effortlessly. Because you were saying that, you know, back then when we had, you know, like you said, when we had parties and stuff like that. I mean, that's how hip hop got started. You know what I'm saying? You know, we wasn't fitting into some of these, you know, corporate places, or, you know, fitting into some of these neighborhoods that were predominantly white or whatever. So we had to, you know, form our brotherhood amongst ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And through that we created something out of nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I definitely get what you're saying about that. I'm gonna ask Cyce this right here because I asked, you know, a couple other guests this. So if you had to choose a superhero and a villain that most represents you,
okay,
who would they be?
As far as a superhero, I would have to say, of course I'd have to say Superman. It would go without saying. As far as a villain, I'd have to say the Joker.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, you can elaborate further on.
Okay, so as far as Superman,
those are definitely two opposites.
Yeah, they're two. Yeah.
As far as Superman, I mean,
want to hit it,
you know what I'm saying. As far as like, you know, I can relate to him more and more. Before it was just a hero complex, but now his home is destroyed. There's no more Krypton. You know what I'm saying? His home is destroyed. Everything he knew has been destroyed. So now he has to adapt in the world. Not only does he have to adapt in the world that kind of doesn't really accept him, or only accepts him because of what he can do for the world, but he has to try to save them too. Brooklyn is no more. Brooklyn ain't what it used to be.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn to me is destroyed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, back in the day, we definitely had more crime. You get stuck up real easy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we also had a sense of community too. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, you know, we had, you know, I'm not gonna sit here in front like I didn't know the drug pushers and stuff like that. I was very cool with them. I definitely had opportunities with them too. But when it was time to get down, we protected. I say we. I use that loosely because, you know, they did more protecting than I did. I was pretty much using my fist for my family and stuff and for myself. But they protected the block. They protected the sections.
Right.
You knew you can't come up on 21st, East 21st Regent popping whatever because you had to answer to certain people. You know what I'm saying? Community was there. There were times when people, they'd be shooting dice and they would stop shooting dice to help my mom's carry groceries up to the you know, up to her building. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
People knew me. They would tell me, "Hey, yo, Mike, go in the house, man. Niggas about to start shooting. It's about to get crazy out here." You know what I'm saying? Block parties. I was one of those dudes that would help set up the police line barricades so we could have a block party. I was one of the dudes that would help open up the fire hydrant before people called it Johnny Pumps. You know what I'm saying? It's the fire hydrants. And then I was the dude that would help get the big speakers out so we can play the Jamaican music and we could play that joint all night long. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all of that. You know what I mean? There was a sense of community there. You know what I mean?
Right.
All of that is gone because, you know, everybody's getting moved out. Some of our brothers dead in jail. That happens. It is what it is. That's the life. You know what I'm saying? But Brooklyn was Brooklyn back then. It's not no more. I feel like it's like Krypton. It's been destroyed. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you got the change in the booth, yada, yada, cliche Superman stuff I could say. But that's what I'm saying. My home is gone. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm forced to adapt into this type of new world and then try to save people with the words and the kind of lessons I'm trying to teach. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like Superman. The Joker, I feel like the Joker because that's all, that's me just, you know, there's mad clowns in the game, but there's only one Joker. You feel me? You can put you can put on the makeup or you want to. You can rap about the street shit. You can tell your stories. You can even try to direct your videos, but you'll never be like Cyce. You know what I'm saying? So the Joker, his madness is actually beautiful if you sit there and really think about it and really look at it. Like we were talking about, he just wants to make the Batman laugh. Batman ain't really a villain to him. This is him actually playing with Batman. Right. That's why there was, he was so pissed off at Bane when Bane broke his back. He was saying, quote, "You broke my Batman." You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was so ill to me. Like, yo, he's pissed off at Bane because of what he did to Batman, which is like his greatest nemesis. But then you have, I'm reading a comic now where it's called The Batman Who Laughs. That's when the Joker becomes the Batman in the alternate reality. So now that alternate reality is spilling into our reality and killing off all the Bruce Waynes in all of time. So Bruce Wayne bodies are just popping up in Gotham. So now the real Joker has to work with Bruce Wayne because he's like, I don't want that guy to win. Because if that guy wins, you don't exist.
Right.
And I can't have that. So the
Damn,
Joker.
that's deep as hell.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's as deep as that is, it's actually beautiful because it's like, damn, he's really trying to help this guy out because he's like, without you, I don't exist. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at it like that, that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's kind of how I feel I can relate to it. My shit is grimy. My shit is raw. It is what it is.
That's what's up.
But there's medicine in the food. There's a beauty to it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people can't do
the madness.
Yeah, people can't do the grimy shit I can do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm willing to go as far as, I mean, yo, I lost my job because of the Calamari video. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Because Calamari was so grimy. I was working for a bank. I'm not gonna say the name, and they caught the video because it was really popping on YouTube, and somebody caught the video and let somebody else see it, and then I was fired with a severance package. Like they paid me and then they fired me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But it's like they presented to me in the meeting. You can either take the video off and take your music off and still work here, or you can take this. You can take this X amount of dollars. And then we let you go. And I was like, just give me the money.
Yeah, that's my art.
I can't take my art.
I can't compromise
down,
my art.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I feel like, people ain't gonna go to the links that I go to for my music. Just like Joker goes through his different links for him to try to get his chaos across. So that's the relation right there.
Damn, he broke that shit. That was deep as hell. He broke that shit down. Like,
you know what
about you, E?
Yeah.
Who represent you as a superhero and a villain?
All right.
Black Panther.
Well, you know that was coming.
Wakanda
That's how I see you. That's how I see you.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I would say it's a title between Spider-Man and Black Panther.
Okay.
Because like I was mentioning before, with Spider-Man growing up watching, I'm like, yo, this kid is mad intelligent. He been that was his superpower before he got the superpowers.
Word.
You know what I mean? He holds it down. And just like Cyce was saying, he's allowed in so many different circles because of the type of person that he is. You know what I mean? He's allowed in so many, I feel like, I'm allowed in a lot of circles because, I don't come with judgment. I come from a level where I'm trying to understand, you know what I'm saying? So we could build on that accord, whether we agree or disagree. So, and, as far as Black Panther, king of this country, he gonna hold his people down no matter what. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna shy away from responsibility. He's gonna make sure that, he makes the right decisions or try to make the right decisions and own whatever decisions he make for his people. You know what I mean?
Word.
Villain, Killmonger. Because sometimes I just want to, I got the power. You know what I'm saying? I got the ability. Sometimes I just want to go to that dark place and just like strap up and handle it myself. Like if you ever saw the movie The Spook That Sat by the Door, got the information, you know what I mean? Brought it back to his people and did it his way. You know what I'm saying? Most people would frown upon that, but sometimes you be feeling like that. You know what I mean? Like back when I was 11 years old, I got introduced to Malcolm X's movie. The VHS, Spike Lee joint. I used to watch that every night for the whole summer when I was 11. Every night. I don't know why I was so intrigued, but yeah, I was definitely intrigued by Malcolm X and his ideologies, his upbringing, and I kind of formed, my thinking and reaching out and studying other Black revolutionaries. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the underlying theme of it all is just to protect our people You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Yeah, it's just like how we mentioned earlier with, you know what I'm saying, Professor X and Magneto.
Yeah.
I love them both.
Yeah.
They both, I love both way of thinking, just like Malcolm and Martin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's the same call, it's the same fight.
Right.
Just two different ideologies. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why they were both assassinated, because that balance was coming.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That balance was coming.
Trust and believe it was coming.
It out.
That's when he went ahead and got him up out
Shit,
of here.
Magneto and Professor X
Foreman
come together.
When they formed, they made the most powerful villain there was, though.
Yeah.
You know, they did form.
Yeah. Onslaught. Yeah.
Remember, he punched Juggernaut from Toronto, and then he landed in New Jersey.
You were. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, damn, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he snuffed them across. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Onslaught. For sure,
man.
For sure.
Another reason why I think I said Black Panther is because Black Panther is known as Black Panther, whether he got the costume on or not. You're known as Eternal, whether you in your suit and tie or whether you in your regular gear. You know what I'm saying? There's been comics where Black Panther didn't have his mask on; he just had his suit on. And Wolverine was like, "Hey, Panther, what up?" You know what I'm saying? like, because that's how much weight he holds. He could walk around the street, and he don't try to hide his identity.
Right.
People know he's Black Panther.
They know. Yeah, they know.
But they just gotta respect it. You ain't gonna try me.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna try me. Like,
sometimes they even call him Your Highness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so I mean, that's why I said Black Panther for you, because you know people know you as Eternal no matter where you at, which is
That's a good way of putting it though.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's good.
You got anything else you wanna ask?
Nah, not really. I wanted to present while they're here. I'd like to see like the guest reaction. Well, actually, y'all are our first in studio guests. I'm about to hit y'all with the hip hop. Did you know?
Honor, yo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm honored as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. We had guests in the past. Like our very first episode was with DJ Eclipse from Nonfiction.
Yo, he has a lot of my records.
Yeah, and he Rap Is Out of Control.
Yep.
Radio show. Yeah, that's the homie.
Yeah, he plays my records.
He was like one of the first supporters when Hip Hop Marvel started out as I was just being a hub on Instagram.
Right.
Surfing through the web, finding anything related, hip hop and Marvel related, right? And just putting it on one page. And, you know, within like the first month or so, I had like 1,000, you know, followers. So I'm like, oh shoot, I might, you know.
Yeah.
But then from that spawned the podcast.
Word.
And I noticed he kept liking a lot of the posts I would put up on Instagram. I'm like, wait a minute, is this the same DJ Eclipse that I'm thinking of? Like, hold up. Went in, did research or whatever, and it was him. And we had, like, you know, when the podcast first started off, it started when I was still in Atlanta. And when I got here, I was still trying to form a team because I had left my old team behind, you know. And when the beginning, that's why you'll hear like the first few episodes of Hip Hop Marvels, it's just me. It was just me and a guest, and they would normally just call in. And you know, I had hit DJ Eclipse up, was like, yo, I would love for you to be my first guest. He was like, I'm with it. You know what I mean?
That's super dope.
He even plugged me in with Sanford Green, who's one of my favorite you know, illustrators. He's worked with Marvel. He did like Black Panther for Marvel. He got his own series through Image right now called Bitterroot.
Oh,
Y'all need to check that out.
Okay.
Yeah. It's on some some supernatural steampunk Harlem Renaissance shit.
Yeah, I got it.
You know what I'm saying? Like
trifecta right there.
You know what I'm saying? Like word. But he because they grew up together in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? He put me on with him, and then I got Mike Del Mundo. He's a dope illustrator for Marvel. So they're like my second guest. But yeah, first in studio guests are you guys. So it's an honor. I appreciate it, man.
It's funny you said Eclipse, man. I really think DJ Eclipse is the reason why DJ Premier got one of my records. Because Primo played one of my joints on his show called The Feeling. It was off of Stallone and Weathers.
Okay.
And I went bananas. My man hit me on social media. He's like, yo, shout out to Precyce, man. You got a record, DJ Premier playing this record.
You like?
I was like, nigga, what? I was like, when? Who? He's playing it right now. Yo, I was going bonkers, fam. Like I was like, I can't believe. And then I found the show and found that he played it and he put the drop on it and everything. Like he scratched it
and brought it back and shit.
I was like, come on, man. Like, yo, so I want to get on Rappers Out of Control so bad, fam. Because DJ Eclipse has been a supporter. Like he's played a few of my records.
I'm sure he will hear this episode and hear you.
I would love.
So consider that. You see how the universe works.
Eclipse, if you listen to man, Precyce Politix, man, and I need to be up there, man. I need to be up there. I ain't even gotta like answer a lot of questions. Just let me bar out. Let me give you 32 and breeze. You know what I'm saying?
I might, because when we promote the episode, this part right here, I might make a clip and tag him in it. And you hear that Eclipse? Look, me talking right now is in the clip right now. See that? Shout out DJ Eclipse.
For real, son.
Word up. So yeah, man.
The hip hop you said.
Yeah. The hip hop. Did you know?
Yeah.
The MOP Idiot remix.
Mm-hmm.
That featured Remy Ma,
Busta Rhymes, who killed it.
Yeah.
And Teflon.
Yep.
Did you know that Remy Ma was not supposed to be on there?
What?
Really? her verse was so powerful.
I know. Wish I could bring Pun back.
Oh my God!
Run that.
You know what I mean?
The person who had that spot was Prodigy.
Oh.
Yeah, look, I knew Cyce was going. Go ahead and break it down, shit.
But the situation was Prodigy's verse was about Jay-Z. And Jay-Z and MOP are cool.
That was in his book.
That's right.
Wasn't that in Prodigy's book?
I haven't. Actually, I had the book, but I haven't finished reading it.
I read it and listened to it.
So they asked him to take the verse, to either change the verse or take the part about Jay-Z. Prodigy refused.
That's P.
To take him off. And it was kind of like, Remy, you got something for this?
Oh, Remy!
Yeah. Wow.
Yo. I would love to hear that verse that Prodigy had.
Word.
That was back when Prodigy was still nice too.
Yeah, word.
You know what I'm saying? So I would have loved to hear.
Because they're saying there's some recordings of his verse on LA. Because he took his verse off, but they're saying that there's supposed to be some out there, a recording out there with his actual verse on there.
On LA.
Yeah, because he did only do the hook, and I always wondered why he only had the hook.
Yeah. They said at the last minute, Nori was saying that like at the last minute, he called, or better yet, Loud called, and was like, we're gonna, P needs to come off that, or we're not gonna clear the record. You know what it probably was? It was probably about Pac. Oh yeah. Absolutely, it was about Pac.
Because remember, pretty much Hell on Earth was all about Pac. They had bad Pac jabs on Hell on Earth. You know what I'm saying? Drop a gem on them.
Yeah,
that was all Pac.
Now that's the one I knew about. Was Drop a gem.
That was all Pac.
Hey, it's crazy because
there's a couple of joints.
It's crazy because I use Prodigy's soundbite for the beginning of our theme song for the podcast. If you know when you hear it, says drop a gem on them, son.
Yeah, son.
I got Jules Infinite. You know what I'm saying?
God,
and it fits with, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's our mantra, man. Drop a gem on them. You know what I'm saying?
That new Rock Marciano album that just dropped, man.
Yeah, Marcielago?
Yeah, he got Prodigy on the beginning. He's like, yo, a lot of these niggas is corny. I'm just telling y'all, man, we out here, we still doing it. You know what I mean? A lot of these niggas is corny, though. That's what happened. I miss P so much,
man.
Legend.
Yeah, rest in peace, P, man. Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? So,
now, I'm going to hit you with a hip-hop Did You Know.
Okay, bring it on.
Oh, this is the first time this happened.
Stallone and Weathers, we opened up for Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I used the same microphone that Prodigy used, right? Which is already, that's my heart right there.
Right.
I didn't even think Mobb Deep was in the building while we was rhyming. We went up there, I did my thing. K Hill did his thing, definitely. We actually had DJ Finn. He was on there. He DJ'd for us.
Okay.
We had Cayenne the Lion King there. He's only just supposed to do a song. Nigga ended up doing like a whole set. Because that's Cayenne. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I was in the crowd. Prodigy was rhyming, rocking. I'm in the crowd. I'm pushing niggas down. Like, I'm wilding. Like, come on, son. Niggas is hype with me, so I'm whatever. I'm starting my own little mosh pit. Don't push me back, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah. He was giving everybody dap to the crowd. He gave me dap. Grabbed my hand. He held it. He either said one or two things. I couldn't hear because there was a motherfucker in my ear wilding. He's like, Prodigy, I love you, dude. Oh my God, dude. God deep and all that, dude. Like, he was wilding in my ear.
Word.
Probably he was dapping niggas up. He dapped me up. held my hand, and he either said, "Yo, you did your thing, son," or "You got busy." He said one of the two.
Right.
I don't remember.
Right.
But yo, I know he said it because he looked me dead in my face. Everybody else, he was just dapping up like, "Yeah, what up, what up, what up." He came to me, held my shit, was like, "Yo, you did your thing," or "Yo, you got busy." Whatever he said.
Hey.
And the next year he passed. That shit hurt me so bad, son. And I wanted a picture with Prodigy so bad, but them niggas looked so tired when they was getting in their bus.
Well, him especially, you know, dealing with that sickle cell. Yeah,
and that's another reason why I was like, I'm gonna respect this man, and I'm not gonna bum rush him like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I wanted a Prodigy. I wanted a picture with him so fucking bad, fam. Like for real. And it's just. That was my hip hop did you know? Because not a lot of people know that story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that touches me so much. I'm like, damn, son. This nigga P, man. He might have heard me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, that shit. Yeah, that's my hip hop did you know?
Yeah.
That's what's up. Ooh. Yeah, we do, you know, Rick, he has a segment, you know, they're little 5-minute segments that we put out every now and again, but it's called Did You Know?
Yeah.
And it's pretty much like our ode to Marvel's What If. You know what I'm saying? Because the Did You Knows end up being like, well, what if this happened?
You know, what if Remy Ma, what if Prodigy didn't make the track?
Yeah.
Or what if Quiet Storm was still called White Lines?
Yeah.
Because Quiet Storm was called White Lines.
Because it had that bass line in it.
Yeah, and it was for HNIC. It was originally for HNIC. Okay. It was supposed to be a single for HNIC. And then they was like, yo, we need this record on Murder Music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Still to this day, we had this discussion the other day. Still to this day, I love Murder Mixtape.
Oh yeah,
Solidified is one of the hardest joints to me, nigga. Yeah. Solidified, Solidified. Oh my goodness.
Yo man, Prodigy and Mobb Deep has some hard ass.
I'm talking about
on the
some
low,
bangers.
Come on, now.
Like for real on the low that didn't even make it to different cuts. Like
oh
they had,
my goodness.
they had 3 or 4 versions of Eye for an Eye. Your Beef is Mine. They had 3 or 4 versions.
Didn't know that. And that's one of my favorite. Now that's one of my favorite Raekwon verses.
Yeah.
Oh, he kills that.
You know, Drug Dealer's Dream.
But, yo, Raekwon ain't never rap like that no more. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never rap like that no more when he had that cadence where he was like, hold up and analyze. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never do that no more.
Yeah, he was all his. I mean, I love Raekwon's flow, like his style, like he's
word. He's like, word, yo, I want to get this money and blow. I'm like, yo, this is crazy how he's rhyming on this shit, but I never heard him rap like that.
To me, Raekwon can only rap on certain people's beat. He can't rap on everybody's beat.
That's true.
It has to be like RZA or Havoc, something like that.
Nah, I like his verse on John Blaze. And that was not his typical beat. I like his verse on John Blaze.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's not his typical beat, though.
People always talk about Inspector Deck killed Triumph. Hey, Raekwon verse was stupid dope on Triumph.
Yo, man.
Like, for real. Come on, son. That's amazing. Gun in your mouth talk. Come on, man. Yo.
The way they fed off each other.
Yeah.
Everybody had to. And then, you know, when you think about
that.
Yo, fuck that.
Look at all these
like, he just push niggas out the way.
Fuck that. What we do? Ghost has a lot of moments like that.
Yeah.
He just come off like that. Come on, man. Scary Hours.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, strong on that kid right there. Come on, man.
I call Raekwon Mr. Backup because no matter where I've seen Raekwon at a show, whether it's him by himself or with the Wu-Tang, whatever, he's always one of the people like, yo, stop the music. Yo, back up, son. Back up. Back up. I always call Mr. Backup because he's always going to stop the song and tell everybody back up.
Yo,
this
nigga went on stage, it was eating snacks while he was rapping. I'll never forget that shit, man. It was a Ghostface show, and Ghostface brought up Sheik Luch.
Was it during the Woo Blocks?
Yeah, they had that tape going.
Okay.
And then they brought Raekwon, and Raekwon did Incarcerated Scarfaces. Niggas was wilding out. Then they went and they did some other joints. And I guess they caught Raekwon off guard. This nigga was eating in the back. And he was rapping while he was eating. I was like, yo, some ill shit, man. Yo,
rapping while he was eating.
This right here is like that's legendary.
Yeah, for real. Rapping.
Only legends get to do that.
Yeah. For real.
You over here snacking?
For real. For real.
Yeah, man.
None of these new niggas can do that.
But y'all, I want y'all to know, and I'm going to say this right here on Hip Hop Marvels, I want y'all to know, the way Westside Gun got the wrestling shit down, I'm going to have the comic shit down like that with the rap shit, son.
Please.
I guarantee you.
You heard it here first. It's exclusive.
You
heard it here
Westside
first.
Gun got it with his wrestling. That shit inspired me so much, man. And I'm like, yo, That's how I'm gonna have it, man. I'm gonna have it to where niggas can't put albums out unless they have a theme behind it.
Word.
I'm trying to make it so where you can't put these 15, 17 song tapes out with no fucking theme.
With no nothing.
And that's why I work with one producer, man, that goes with the theme.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and you got
it's a different movie. You know what I'm saying?
And I figure if you give that job to one producer, that shows how much you respect him or her. Because this is y'all project now. When it's just one producer, it's y'all project. It's not just yours now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to the producers, man, because niggas ain't out here buying acapella tapes, but they buying beat tapes. So that shows you how much, you know,
they're important.
They matter. You know what I'm saying?
Are,
I used to think it was the bow and the arrow, but it's not, fam. Like, you need a producer. You got to respect the DJs and the producers.
Well, I put this out here right now. I actually have, and I need a sequel to Drugs Politix.
Drug Politics 2, something for the pain that's coming out.
Okay.
Wait a minute, did I miss something?
Because I got that up there with as far as like singular DJs. I'm sorry, singular. Well, DJ producer / MC. I got Drugs Politix. I got the Long Red Hot Los Angeles Summer with Oh No and Blue. And of course Bandana with Matt Gibbs.
Oh yeah.
That's great. That's great company, man. That's great company. Thank you so much. And Leave You Where I Found You was doing its numbers as well. Shortcuts did it so fucking good.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Shortcuts.
It's definitely a different sound. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I got a gift for you. Since you said that, I got a gift for you in the whip.
Okay, appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? And I got a gift for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. Drug Politics 2 is coming out.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Leave You Where I Found You. We pushing the hell out of that right now. It's everywhere. You can go download that now. It's everywhere. The physical copies, the limited edition copies are gonna come with some special gifts on it. So
now, see, that's what I need right there, because I guess, you know, I'm true school with it. I like to read the credits, the album art. I like to have the physical, you know.
When we get off the air,
tangible,
get off the air, I'm gonna tell you what the surprises are for Leave You Where I Found You, the limited edition.
Okay.
Bet. Before we get out of here, go ahead and you know, give them your contact, where people can find you, plug anything else you want to, you know, put out there.
As usual, Street Flava is the team, Crossbones is the gang. Precyce Politix, that's PrecycePolitix. You can actually Google me and shit will pop up, including the video I got fired for. So make sure you watch that, because some real shit happened. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna tell you a story about that shit off the air too. But yeah, man, Calamari, that was a video. The album right now, Leave You Where I Find You, produced by Sharp Cuts.
Incredible.
That's out now. You can find me on Instagram if you don't want to Google me. I'm Cyce Boogie, CYCEBOOGIE. On Twitter, I'm at Precyce, PRECYCE. Facebook, Precyce Politix all the way. And shit, man. I mean, I can't give out my plenty of fish right now because I ain't trying to play myself. So yeah, you just go by that, man. You'll find me, man.
Leave You Where I Find You with Sharp Cuts out now.
Yes.
And like he said, that's available everywhere.
Yes.
All streaming platforms. You get the physical copies and all of that.
EternallyMC.com, spelled correctly. M as in Mary, C as in Charles. Yeah, you can find Eternally MC, just at Eternally MC on all the social media platforms. Of course, all the digital streaming platforms you can find my music on. I would like y'all to go check out the website though. It looks pretty official. Cypher University, my squad. I'm one of the co-founders. You can check us out if you want to find out more information about that on Cypher, spelled CYPHA. Cypher.com. You can learn all about what we're doing, who we are, the members, and if you want to join the squad, you can do that too. You can find me on quite a few Cyce cuts You know, like I said, that's my brother.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Leave you where I find you, man. Definitely bump that. Oh, man, yo, when I heard about the Lord Said special, I was like, yeah, I felt like I was on the Lord Said special. You know what I mean? Like, it's a video floating around there, and I was like, man, y'all gonna like edit the sound? I was like, nah, we keeping all of that. I was like, all right, well, I'm bugging on the video.
Word. Shout out to E and shout out to Shade 45.
Word up. Shout out to
I've
Shade
had a couple
45,
of joints on Shade 45
That's
that
what's
I'm
up,
learning about, man. So, yeah, that's cool.
That's what's up, man.
Once again, shout out to Hip Hop Marvels for having myself.
Oh man,
up here,
thank
man.
y'all, man.
It's honor for real,
an honor
man.
for y'all, you know
what I'm
like
saying?
Like I said, y'all
dope.
First in-house guest. Many more to come. And shit, y'all be up here again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All this goodness y'all talking about dropping, man. Y'all definitely be back. You know what I mean? So we definitely gonna have y'all back in the building.
Oh, also I want to plug first on Hip Hop Marvels. I'm working on a birthday show. I want y'all to be in the building. You already know.
That's
Press
what's up.
pass, all that good stuff.
That's what's up.
But I'm working on bringing a hip hop legend out. So
okay.
Off the air, we'll talk about it.
That's what's up.
But yeah, that's in February. So if you're looking for the next Eternal show, it's gonna be in February. It's gonna be my birthday show. So please pull up. Please pull up. There's gonna be some heavy hitters in there for real. And Cyce and Malls and Street Flava Entertainment already gave me the blessing, so they gonna be on the bill as well. All right.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, that's gonna wrap up Hip Hop Marvels. You know what I'm saying? DJ Dub Floyd.
Rick 0378.
You know what I'm saying? Remember, we got it locked from the block to the comic shop. Make sure to, give us a follow across all social media. It's Hip Hop Marvels on Facebook, at Hip Hop Marvels, Twitter and Instagram. Remember, you can catch the Hip Hop Marvels podcast on all podcast streaming platforms and apps. Give us a like. Any comments or suggestions, email us at hiphopmarvels@gmail.com. Like I said, we are out of here. And until next time, stay marvelous.
Peace.
Got it locked from your block to the comic shop.
Load the shells up in the shotty for the massacre. Chopping off the barrel and spread the love to your passenger. Catch you at the light and leave the boomer laying next to you. Your facial on the windshield, your brains to the left of you. The coroners, they're bagging up what's left of you. Separate the rookies from the vets. First day workers got weaker stomachs, gotta walk away from it. The vomit on the steps pimping. Don't be the reason why this rookie nigga's lunch is missing. Blicky with the hammer in the firing position. Rap about me firing the smithing and inspire when you listen. So you see why I inspire with the written on point like a scoreboard. Admire the precision. The reason why they pay me top dollar when they hire me for missions. Trigger finger speaking for me like a sign language. Conversate with anybody for the root of evil. Cause Uncle Sam will rob you when you try to do it legal. Word to Mikey, Daddy played it as straight as he could've. A lot of things I never wanted to say that I should've. Like fuck what you talking about, Kevin, let's take the deal. Never turn your loyalty into Achilles' heel. You probably thinking that's a shot, really I'm shooting game. Advise you not retaliate, we don't shoot it the same. Never been the type to carry and shoot it for fame. We revolutionary thinkers, we shoot it for change. Technique is flawless, body you something serious. Hand skills crazy, I snuff a nigga delirious. 7 shots in the pump, no faking, keep it on full service. I let it blow and serve purpose. Keep the change, cousin, with another half a dozen for the follow-up. Everything I spit, you can chop it, bag it, and bottle up. Barrel in your mouth, let the 40 drip, bottoms up, and load a couple for your man to swallow up. Darts over smoky.
Now I know why they call you Major. It's one of those. Ha. One of those joints you gotta let resonate, you know what I mean?
Crazy, yo.
Can't go right into it, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Nowadays, that's like,
that's wild, man.
track suicide. Nah.
Crazy thing is,
You'll get it though. Let's
I'm
go.
not even really in.
Let's go.
Rejection.
I'm impeccable with words. I'm the artist you deserve. See my flow can fill the church. Make sure that I never leave the earth. I project what I'm professing, so you learn in every lesson. I'm connected to the essence, so I'm gonna live forever. I'm connected to the essence, so I'm gonna live forever. I'm connected to the essence, so I'm gonna live forever. See the queen, she want a blessing. Through my tribe of ample blessings. I'm connected to the essence, so I'm gonna live forever. They wanted me dead on my day of conception. Born in the middle of the crack era, with a dope dealers had automatics. Cops had to upgrade their weapons. Say they knew with the soul touch and flow I possess like a body in a hip-hop session. An emulated vibration, I shake the world in a positive direction. Now take a ride on my Nebuchadnezzar. Destination is Zion, we could get there in a fortnight. I'm a ninja to these tryhards. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, I'm a black man in America, so you know I'm gonna die hard. But who's Bruce Willis to a black god? This a massacre, by far. Can't correct the step, you stepping like you got two lefts. His life is like a game of chess. I'm nice like I done did a stretch. Maximum security, so it was young, it was clear to me that I would win, it was clear to see. Cause no man could prefer in me. Had a team, it fell out. Boss thought he was P. Diddy. Tried to diss me on the track, that shit was trash, I kept receipts. Got these queens smelling like black soap, different zodiac charts for me. Quantum leaping through these portals, I'm immortal on these beats. Now let's float to a whole nother level of dope.
Now let's flow to a whole nother level of dope. Let's go.
I'm connected to the essence, so I'm gonna live forever. I'm connected to the essence, so I'm gonna live forever. See the queen, she want a blessing. With my tribe of ample blessings. I'm connected to the essence, so I'm gonna live forever. On my vision board, I watch my dreams unfold. I give this job 3 years, and then I gotta go. It wasn't meant for me, I can't pretend to be anything other than a king in every fiber of my being. At 21, I made a decision, then attacked it with ample precision. Got the promissory note from Shaw, got the refund check from the loan, then I flipped it. Hit every open mic up in Raleigh, to a nigga lost tread in his pippins. Ever since I worked third shift and slept on the floor, spoke this to existence. Look now, the brand respected, check selected, independent sales projections. Leader of my Cypher University from the Mecca and I were not cause of what I represented. Check my record and my neck is rocking on to keep my energy protected. Unexpected, amazed at the way I took the box you put me in and stretched it. Effervescence, they rooting me on. Took some years, but it didn't take too long. Time's a concept, I flip like songs, rocking in my Mills lane, let's get it on. If you don't spar, you don't get that bar. You don't see this vision, you don't get that art. Speak life in my rhymes in the heat of the night, at the height of the heights, and we worlds apart. The S, the S, the S.